Let's look beyond the recycling bin and into a world where everyday waste becomes wonderful. Your dream garden might be closer than you think, hidden in the things you already own. You've arrived at Suhar Aesthetic Studio, our creative corner where we celebrate the art of transformation and believe every object deserves a second chance to shine. This collection is a showcase of that philosophy, filled with inspiration for turning the obsolete and overlooked into charming and deeply personal garden decor. We'll explore various styles, from rustic to whimsical, all born from the simple idea of creative reuse. I want to hear from your corner of the world. Which style felt like something you could try? Share your own recycled garden ideas in the comments below. Let's build a community of creativity together. Your presence here means everything. This channel is a passion project, and every single interaction helps it to blossom. Thank you for choosing to spend your time with us and for believing in the beauty of a second chance. 1. Tire fire pit and toadstools. Create a whimsical and cozy gathering spot in your garden by upcycling old tires into a charming fire pit surround and matching toadstool seating. This creative project transforms discarded rubber into a magical and functional outdoor lounge area. The centerpiece is a repurposed car tire, painted with a crackled finish in soft pastel hues. The hollow center safely contains a small fire pit, providing warmth and ambience for evening gatherings. To enhance its charm, a simple metal or wire frame is placed within the tire and adorned with a delicate garland of silk flowers, adding a touch of romance to the rustic base. Surrounding the fire pit are several whimsical toadstool stools, each also crafted from recycled tires. The caps are painted in coordinating pastel shades, and the stems feature the same crackled paint effect, creating a cohesive and enchanting set. This imaginative use of old tires transforms them into a unique and inviting space for enjoying the garden. 2. Rowboat retreat in bloom. Give a retired rowboat a charming second life as a unique and comfortable garden bench, nestled amongst the flowers. This project upcycles a vessel that once graced the water into a delightful spot for relaxation in a blooming landscape. The transformation begins with an old wooden rowboat, embracing its weathered character and any existing chipped paint. Several drainage holes are drilled in the bottom to allow rainwater to escape. The boat is then painted in a fresh, inviting shade of light blue, reminiscent of calm waters. To create a comfortable seating area, a custom-fit cushion is placed along the base of the boat. An assortment of plush throw pillows in coordinating floral patterns are added for back support and extra coziness. Positioned on a grassy spot beside a winding stone path and surrounded by a profusion of roses, hydrangeas, and other colorful blooms, this repurposed rowboat becomes a captivating focal point and a perfect place to sit and enjoy the beauty of the garden. 3. A dresser's blooming drawers. Give a forgotten chest of drawers a romantic new purpose by transforming it into a stunning, multi-level planter. This project celebrates the beauty of aged and weathered furniture, making it a star feature in any garden. The ideal candidate for this project is a vintage wooden dresser, where appealing, chippy paint finish is a desirable feature, not a flaw. The distressed pink look adds instant character and history. To turn it into a planter, the drawers are pulled out at varying depths to create a cascading effect. Each open drawer should then be lined with a waterproof membrane, like a heavy plastic sheet, to protect the wood from moisture and decay before being filled with potting soil. The drawers are then planted with a vibrant mix of colorful flowers, such as roses and other small blossoms in shades of peach, pink, and purple, creating the illusion of them overflowing with blooms. Placed against a rustic stone wall, this upcycled dresser becomes a captivating focal point, blending the lines between indoor furniture and the wild beauty of the garden, proving how old pieces can be beautifully reborn. Four, a bicycle's fairy garden. Create a whimsical and charming focal point in your garden by upcycling a vintage bicycle into a beautiful display of flowers and handcrafted light. This project combines several recycling ideas into one delightful scene. An old bicycle, given a fresh coat of bright turquoise paint, becomes the foundation for the display. A large wicker basket is securely attached to the rear rack, serving as a generous planter. It is then filled with a vibrant mix of colorful pansies, daisies, and sweet peas, creating a lush, meadow-like bouquet. Flowing pink ribbons tied to the frame add a touch of soft, romantic movement. The most unique element is the magical hanging lantern. This is crafted from a dried, hollowed-out gourd. Small windows are carefully carved into its sides, and a battery-operated candle is placed inside to cast a warm glow. The addition of small, translucent wings transforms the simple gourd into an enchanting fairy light. Leaning against a rustic brick wall, this decorated bicycle becomes more than just a planter. It's a piece of storytelling art that brings personality to the garden. 5. The clock of blooming hours. Mark the passage of time in your garden with a breathtaking living clock, a piece of art where the hours are told in blooming flowers. This unique project combines horticulture with creativity, using a recycled base to create a stunning focal point. The foundation is a large, circular disc, which can be repurposed from an old tabletop or cut from a sheet of wood. This base is then covered with a layer of living, green bun moss, creating a lush, textured face for the clock. The most intricate part is creating the numerals. Using a variety of colorful, small-blossomed flowers, each number is carefully formed by arranging the blooms. Red roses might form the number 6, while sunny chrysanthemums create the number 9, giving each hour its own unique floral identity. For the hands of the clock, gnarled white twigs are fashioned into shape and attached to the center, their rustic form contrasting with the soft moss and petals. Mounted against a stone wall, this upcycled living clock becomes a symbolic masterpiece, a beautiful reminder of the garden's cycles and the timeless beauty of nature. 6. From rubber to rainbow wreaths. Welcome guests to your garden with a stunning and cheerful display of wreaths, creatively crafted from recycled car tires. This project turns rugged rubber into a vibrant rainbow of seasonal decor, perfect for a garden gate or wall. The transformation begins by thoroughly cleaning used tires and painting them in an array of bright, happy colors like sunny yellow, sky blue, and cheerful pink. This painted surface becomes the canvas for your design. Each tire is then densely decorated with a unique theme. Lush arrangements of silk flowers like sunflowers and daisies are attached with strong adhesive. For a fresh, summery twist, some wreaths are even accented with slices of dried citrus fruit, adding a pop of unexpected texture and zest. Hung from a garden gate with long, coordinating ribbons, this collection creates an unforgettable welcome. A matching wheelbarrow, repurposed as a mobile planter and filled with a riot of colorful wildflowers, completes the joyful scene. This project is a fantastic demonstration of how bulky, discarded tires can be completely transformed into beautiful and celebratory art. Seven. From kitchen to garden gallery. Create a stunning and whimsical gallery wall in your garden by upcycling a collection of old frying pans into charming works of art. This project turns forgotten cookware into a delightful and colorful display that brings personality to any plain fence. The process begins by sourcing mismatched or scratched frying pans. After a thorough cleaning, the inside of each pan is primed and painted with a base coat of a soft pastel color, creating a smooth canvas. Each pan is then given its own unique personality with hand-painted designs of birds, butterflies, and flowers, or by using decoupage techniques. This transforms each one into an individual art piece. Some of the pans can also serve as a backdrop for small, color-coordinated pots filled with delicate flowers, adding a three-dimensional element. Arranged in a large collage on a wooden fence and interspersed with decorative bees and butterflies, the collection becomes a major focal point. This imaginative idea proves that even the most mundane kitchen items can be repurposed into a large-scale, beautiful art installation. 8. A charming upcycled bird spa. Create a whimsical spa for your feathered friends by upcycling vintage enamel wash basins into a beautiful, multi-level bird bath display. This delightful project turns forgotten kitchenware into a welcoming oasis. The project begins by sourcing old enamel basins, treasured for their classic shape and floral patterns. These are then placed on rustic pedestals created from repurposed materials. Large, flat-topped tree stumps and a stack of salvaged paving stones provide varying heights and natural textures for the display. Each basin is filled with fresh water, and a small mound of smooth stones is placed in the center, giving birds a safe place to perch and drink. For a true spa-like touch, a few fresh flower petals can be floated on the surface. To complete the theme, a small, handcrafted sign made from a scrap of wood is painted with the words "Bird Spa" and placed in the garden behind the basins. This thoughtful and imaginative display not only provides a vital water source for wildlife, but also serves as a beautiful and heartwarming focal point, proving that recycled items can be both practical and enchanting. 9. From soaking to sitting pretty. Create a truly show-stopping piece of garden furniture by giving a vintage clawfoot bathtub an elegant second life as a comfortable sofa. This ambitious upcycling project transforms a bathroom fixture into a whimsical and sophisticated outdoor seat. The transformation requires careful work with a salvaged cast iron or acrylic tub. Using a power-cutting tool, one side of the bathtub is carefully cut away to create an open seating area. The cut edge must then be thoroughly smoothed and sealed for safety and a professional finish. The tub's classic shape and ornate claw feet are preserved, providing the sofa's unique frame. To turn the hard basin into a cozy retreat, custom-fit cushions are crafted for the seat and back. Upholstering these cushions with a beautiful, durable floral fabric adds comfort and style, tying the piece into the surrounding garden. Placed on a stone patio, this repurposed bathtub becomes not just a place to sit, but a remarkable work of art. It's a testament to how imaginative recycling can create functional, high-end design from the most unexpected items. 10. Polka dot plastic bottle planters. Add a burst of cheerful color to your garden by transforming plastic bottles and jugs into a delightful collection of polka-dotted hanging planters. This fun and easy project is a perfect way to recycle household waste into a vibrant, floating display. The process starts with collecting large plastic containers like soda bottles and milk jugs. The top portion of each is cut away to create an open pot. You can even cut a decorative scalloped edge for extra flair. Be sure to punch a few drainage holes in the bottom. Next, each container is coated in a bright, solid color, like orange, green, or purple. Once dry, large white polka dots are painted on to create a playful, unified look. Holes are then punched near the top rim, and strands of rustic twine are threaded through to create a simple hanger. Filled with your favorite colorful flowers, these upcycled planters can be hung from a tree branch or porch eaves. They bring a sense of joy and resourcefulness to any outdoor space and are a fantastic, family-friendly way to teach the value of recycling. (11) Teapots blooming with color. Brew up some charm in your garden by repurposing a collection of vintage enamel teapots into a delightful, multi-level planter display. This project gives old, chipped kitchenware a beautiful new life outdoors, transforming them into unique floral features. The search begins at flea markets for old teapots, where peeling paint and a bit of rust are desirable features that add character. To prepare them for planting, ensure the inside is clean and drill a few small drainage holes in the bottom. Each teapot is then filled with potting soil and planted with a vibrant assortment of flowers like petunias, daisies, and marigolds. The bright colors of the blooms create a lovely contrast with the soft, pastel enamel of the teapots. To create an eye-catching feature, display the teapot planters at varying heights on natural pedestals made from repurposed tree stumps or log sections. This tiered arrangement adds dimension and visual interest. This upcycled display is a perfect way to add a touch of rustic, shabby chic style to any garden corner, proving that even leaky old kettles can bloom again with beauty. 12. From teapots to tiny homes. Host the most enchanting tea party of all by transforming a forgotten vintage tea set into a magical fairy village. This intricate project upcycles old crockery into a detailed, storybook scene right in your garden. The project begins with sourcing old ceramic teapots, which serve as the main houses. A small door is crafted from wood scraps or polymer clay and attached to the front. The whimsical, conical roofs are created by carefully gluing small, uniform twigs over a cardboard cone form, which is then placed atop each teapot. The village is arranged on a bed of lush green moss. A decorative border is created using the matching saucers and teacups from the set, stood on their edges to form a charming fence. A winding path of small white pebbles leads through the scene, connecting the homes, while teacups are repurposed as miniature planters or bird baths in each yard. This imaginative display proves how an entire tea set, which might otherwise be discarded, can be reborn as a captivating, miniature world that brings magic and wonder to the garden. 13. Jars painted with floral light. Illuminate your garden with a touch of romantic artistry by transforming recycled glass jars into a stunning string of hand-painted lanterns. This project elevates a simple upcycling idea into a truly magical display, perfect for enchanting evening gatherings. The project begins with a collection of clean, clear glass jars. Each jar is given a soft, translucent tint of pastel color, allowing the candlelight to glow through beautifully. The true artistry comes next. A delicate floral motif, such as a rose or wildflower, is carefully hand-painted onto the side of each jar, making every lantern a unique piece of art. A small, battery-operated candle is placed inside to provide a safe and consistent glow. For an elegant finish, the jars are hung using decorative metal chains, suspended from a tree branch overlooking a romantic garden setting. These upcycled lanterns create an enchanting and intimate atmosphere. As the sun sets, their warm light brings the painted flowers to life, adding a magical sparkle to the evening. It's a perfect example of how recycled materials, combined with artistic detail, can create a breathtaking garden feature. (14) Upcycled pots for fresh herbs. Create a beautiful and functional herb garden by giving a set of old, mismatched pots a fresh and stylish makeover. This project uses simple paint techniques to turn recycled containers into a coordinated, modern display. The process begins by collecting similar-sized planters. They can be old terracotta, plastic, or even clean tin cans. After preparing the surface, each pot is painted with a unique, two-tone design. A solid pastel color covers the top half, while a decorative pattern, like simple waves or geometric shapes, is added to the bottom in a complementary shade. Simple plant markers can be crafted from recycled plastic or with scraps, painted white and neatly labeled with the name of each herb. Each upcycled pot is then filled with a different culinary herb, such as basil, thyme, and oregano, creating a useful and aromatic collection. Lined up on a simple wooden bench, the set of coordinated pots becomes a chic and charming focal point. This is a perfect way to bring both style and fresh flavors to your garden, proving how a little paint can completely transform simple recycled items. 15. From bowls to Bohemian planters. Create a stunning Bohemian-style feature for your pergola or patio by transforming simple recycled bowls into a collection of artistic, hand-painted hanging planters. This project combines painting and crafting to elevate humble containers into a sophisticated display. The project begins with sourcing rounded containers, such as old plastic or metal bowls. After ensuring they have drainage holes, each one is given a new life with paint. A solid base coat in a variety of beautiful colors, like pink, blue, and yellow, is applied first. Once dry, delicate and unique floral designs, such as daisies and wildflowers, are carefully hand-painted onto the side of each pot. To hang them, classic macrame hangers are crafted from natural cotton cord or recycled rope, finishing with a decorative tassel at the bottom. This adds a wonderful textural element. Each upcycled pot is then planted with lush ferns and trailing greenery, creating a cascade of life. Hung in a row from a wooden beam, the collection becomes a breathtaking vertical garden, a testament to how recycled items can become stylish features with artistic flair. 16. From bottles to everlasting blooms. Adorn your garden gate with a beautiful floral garland that stays in bloom all year long, crafted entirely from recycled materials. This whimsical project turns plastic waste into a durable and colorful work of art. The stunning, three-dimensional flowers are ingeniously made from the bottoms of plastic bottles. The scalloped base of the bottle is cut off, and the plastic is carefully shaped, sometimes with gentle heat, to create soft, curved petals. Multiple layers can be stacked and painted in an array of soft pastel colors like pink, peach, and lilac to create a lush, full blossom. The long, twisting vine is created by wrapping strips of green, recycled fabric around a sturdy rope or wire, with small leaves cut from the same material attached along its length. Once assembled, the flowers are attached to the vine, and the entire garland is draped gracefully over a wooden fence or gate. This upcycled creation adds a touch of perpetual spring to the garden, a testament to how creativity can transform everyday trash into a lasting and enchanting decoration. 17. A tub of floating blooms. Create a breathtakingly romantic and serene feature in your garden by upcycling a vintage clawfoot bathtub into a stunning floating floral display. This project turns a forgotten bathroom fixture into a luxurious and magical oasis. The project begins by finding a salvaged freestanding tub. Its classic shape and ornate feet provide instant elegance. After a thorough cleaning, the tub is placed in a chosen spot in the garden, nestled amongst tall grasses and wildflowers to blend with the landscape. Instead of being filled with heavy soil, the tub is simply filled with water, transforming it into a temporary pond. The surface then becomes a canvas for a beautiful arrangement. Large, freshly cut flower heads, such as peonies, hydrangeas, and roses, are gently floated on the water to create a truly enchanting ambience, especially as evening approaches. A string of waterproof, battery-operated fairy lights is woven among the floating blossoms. The warm glow reflects on the water, creating a mesmerizing sparkle. This simple yet incredibly effective idea repurposes a large item into a sophisticated and temporary art piece, perfect for a special occasion or as a seasonal garden highlight. 18. A bright idea for colanders. Illuminate your outdoor dining area with a touch of playful, rustic charm by upcycling a simple kitchen colander into a stylish pendant lamp. This clever project turns a humble utensil into a functional work of art. The transformation is surprisingly easy. Start with an old metal colander, which can be painted a cheerful color like lime green and decorated with fun white polka dots for extra personality. An opening at the base of the inverted colander is used to thread through a standard pendant light kit. A vintage-style Edison bulb is then fitted to provide a warm and inviting glow. Hung by a chain from a pergola or beam, the colander becomes a perfect lampshade. The genius of this design is twofold. The open bottom casts ample light down onto the dining table, while the colander's original drainage holes allow small dots of light to escape upwards, creating a beautiful, starry pattern. This repurposed fixture not only provides practical lighting but also serves as a fantastic conversation piece, proving that great design can be found in the most unexpected places. 19. A stitch in garden time. Pay a creative homage to the art of needlecraft by transforming a vintage sewing machine table into a whimsical garden planter. This unique project beautifully blends the worlds of sewing and gardening in a delightful and unexpected display. The project begins with a salvaged treadle sewing machine table, keeping the original machine and ornate iron base intact to preserve its history. The small drawers, once used for storing threads and bobbins, are pulled out to serve as charming miniature planter boxes. Instead of being filled with traditional flowers, the drawers are packed with a colorful and textured collection of handmade yarn pincushions. These vibrant, patterned spheres create a playful and low-maintenance garden, that cleverly nods to the table's original purpose. A few hardy succulents are tucked in amongst the yarn balls, adding a touch of living greenery to the crafty display. With a soft ribbon draped over the machine and ivy beginning to climb the iron base, the table becomes a complete story, a perfect example of how recycled items can be celebrated for their past while being transformed into something new and magical. 20. From rubber to rainbow planter. Create a large and stunning hanging basket for your garden by giving a new, colorful life to a discarded car tire. This project transforms a bulky piece of rubber into a cheerful, floating planter that makes a significant impact. The project begins with a thoroughly cleaned used tire. To prepare it for planting, it is laid horizontally, and several holes are drilled in the bottom tread for drainage. The real transformation comes from paint. Using durable outdoor paints, the exterior of the tire is decorated with wide, horizontal stripes in a soft rainbow of pastel colors, turning it into a beautiful and eye-catching feature. Sturdy chains or ropes are then attached at 3 or 4 points around the rim to ensure it hangs evenly. The hollow of the tire is lined, filled with potting soil, and planted with an abundance of colorful flowers. A mix of upright and trailing plants, like petunias and alyssum, creates a lush, overflowing effect. Suspended from a strong tree branch, this upcycled tire becomes a unique and impressive hanging garden, proving that industrial waste can be made soft and beautiful. 21. A throne of living moss. Create a truly breathtaking piece of living art for your garden by transforming a forgotten armchair into a verdant, moss-covered throne. This project elevates furniture upcycling to a whole new level of natural artistry. The process begins by salvaging an old armchair with a beautiful, ornate wooden frame. The original fabric and stuffing are completely removed, leaving just the bare structure. A sturdy wire mesh is then shaped and attached to the frame to recreate the form of the seat, back, and arms. This mesh cage is then packed with a soil and sphagnum moss mixture. Finally, sheets of living moss are carefully pressed onto the surface, creating a lush, green upholstery. Tiny, shade-tolerant flowers can be tucked into the moss to add delicate, embroidered-like detail. Placed in a shady woodland corner, the chair appears to have been reclaimed by the forest itself. It becomes a magical focal point, a testament to the beauty of nature taking over. This ambitious upcycling project turns a piece of discarded furniture into a stunning, ever-changing sculpture that blurs the line between the man-made and the natural world. 22. A chandelier of bicycle wheels. Create a truly spectacular and magical ambience for any outdoor gathering by constructing a massive chandelier from a collection of recycled bicycle wheels. This breathtaking project transforms industrial scrap into an ethereal cascade of light and movement. The project begins by sourcing numerous bicycle wheels in various sizes. Each wheel is then given a fresh look, with the rims painted in soft pastel colors like pale pink and light blue. To transform them into individual lanterns, a simple pendant light kit with a warm, vintage-style bulb is mounted at the hub of each wheel. For a touch of soft, romantic movement, long, flowing ribbons in coordinating colors are tied to the rims, designed to dance in the evening breeze. The true artistry is in the final installation. The finished wheels are hung at varying heights from the strong branches of a large tree, creating a stunning, layered cascade of light that floats in the air. This upcycled chandelier becomes an unforgettable centerpiece, proving that with a grand vision, even humble recycled materials can be turned into a work of pure magic. 23. A window to other worlds. Create a magical portal in your garden by transforming a salvaged window frame into an illuminated gallery of fantasy landscapes. This project turns a piece of architectural salvage into a truly enchanting work of art that glows with otherworldly beauty. The project starts with a weathered, multi-paned window frame, where the chippy paint adds to its rustic charm. The magic lies in transforming each pane of glass. High-quality, translucent images of fantastical scenes, like glowing flower fields or floating islands, are printed and carefully adhered to the back of each glass pane. To make the scenes glow, a shallow, weatherproof light box containing LED strips is built and mounted behind the window frame. When switched on, the light illuminates the images from behind, giving them a luminous, magical quality. Mounted on a stone wall and surrounded by climbing roses and wisteria, the window appears to offer a glimpse into other dimensions. With a row of colorful potted flowers on the sill, the illusion is complete. This upcycled window becomes a captivating focal point that sparks the imagination, day or night, proving that recycled items can open doors to new worlds. 24. A ladder of herbal teacups. Create a charming and aromatic vertical garden by combining two classic recycled items, a rustic stepladder and a collection of vintage teacups. This project is perfect for growing fresh herbs and flowers in a small space with shabby chic flair. The display begins with a weathered wooden stepladder, which is repurposed as a multi-tiered plant stand. Its steps provide the perfect shelves for a curated collection. The planters themselves are mismatched, floral pattern teacups sourced from thrift stores. To prepare them for planting, a small drainage hole should be carefully drilled in the bottom of each teacup. They are then filled with soil and planted with a variety of fragrant herbs like mint and lavender, or cheerful flowers like chamomile. Each teacup is given a small, handmade label to identify the plant within. Arranged on the ladder steps and topped with a whimsical fairy figurine, the collection becomes a beautiful and functional feature. This delightful idea proves how forgotten household items and old tools can be elegantly combined to create a productive and picturesque garden corner. 25. A great idea for lighting. Add a touch of industrial chic charm and a warm, patterned glow to your garden with a unique string of lanterns crafted from an unexpected kitchen tool, the box grater. This inventive project turns a humble utensil into a beautifully atmospheric piece of outdoor decor. The process begins by sourcing vintage four-sided metal graters. Their weathered patina adds to the rustic aesthetic. The conversion from kitchen tool to lantern couldn't be easier. A small, safe light source, such as a battery-operated LED tea light or votive candle, is simply placed on a stable surface inside the base of each grater. The grater's handle is then used to hang it from a sturdy wire or rope. The real magic happens when the lights are turned on. The candlelight shines through the grater's many small holes, creating a beautiful, diffused, and starry pattern of light. Strung together in a line between trees or along a pergola, a collection of these upcycled graters becomes an enchanting garland, casting a cozy and intricate glow on evening gatherings. 26. A cage of unleashed blooms. Unleash a cascade of floral beauty in your garden by transforming a vintage birdcage into a stunning and symbolic hanging planter. This project turns an object of containment into a celebration of freedom and abundant growth. The project starts with a decorative, ornate birdcage, which can often be found at flea markets or antique shops. Its vintage charm and intricate details provide an elegant frame for the display. To prepare it for planting, the base of the cage is lined with a cocoa coir mat or sphagnum moss to hold soil and moisture. The cage is then filled with a vibrant arrangement of flowers. For a dramatic effect, tall, colorful blooms like snapdragons and other blossoms in shades of pink and purple are used. The arrangement is designed to burst forth from the cage, with some flowers spilling artfully through the open door. Adding a few tiny, sparkling fairy lights among the blossoms can enhance the magical effect. Hung from the branch of a flowering tree, the recycled birdcage becomes a breathtaking piece of living art, a beautiful reminder that beauty cannot be contained. 27. Flower Sifter's Floral Shower. Create a whimsical and charming hanging planter by repurposing a vintage flower sifter. This unexpected project turns a classic kitchen utensil into a unique and eye-catching display of cascading flowers. The transformation is simple yet delightful. Begin with an old hand-crank flower sifter, preferably one with a lovely patina. Ensure it is clean and free of any residue. Instead of filling it with soil in the traditional way, this planter is designed for a dramatic, overflowing effect. Small, delicate flowers with trailing stems, such as baby's breath and trailing lobelia in shades of white and purple, are gently placed inside the sifter. The fine mesh bottom of the sifter allows the delicate stems to spill gracefully downwards, creating the illusion of a floral shower. A simple wire or sturdy twine is attached to the sifter's handle for easy hanging. Suspended against a fence or under a porch, this upcycled flower sifter becomes a unique and conversation-starting piece of garden decor, proving that even the most ordinary kitchen items can be reimagined with beauty. 28. A muffin tin succulent garden. Bake up a delightful and organized garden display by repurposing a vintage metal muffin tin into a unique planter for a collection of small succulents. This project turns forgotten kitchenware into a rustic, living mosaic. The project begins with an old muffin or bun pan. A weathered, dark metal tin is perfect for an industrial chic look. The most crucial step for the health of your plants is to drill a small drainage hole in the bottom of each individual cup. This prevents water from pooling and protects the delicate roots. Each cup is then filled with a well-draining cactus and succulent soil mix. The real fun is in curating your collection. Plant a different miniature succulent in each cup, mixing various shapes, colors, and textures to create a diverse and eye-catching grid. Rosette-shaped echeverias, spiky haworthias, and trailing sedums all work beautifully together. Placed on a sunny tabletop or shelf, this upcycled muffin tin becomes a charming and compact display, perfect for showcasing a growing collection of tiny botanical treasures and giving old bakeware a fresh, green purpose. 29. A gown made of roses. Bring a touch of haute couture to your garden by transforming a vintage wire dress form into an elegant, living sculpture. This stunning project upcycles a forgotten fashion tool into a graceful figure adorned in a gown of blooming roses. The project begins with a salvaged wire mannequin, which serves as the perfect three-dimensional trellis. Place the form in its desired location, ideally in a sunny spot on a mossy wall or in a flower bed. A climbing rose with flexible canes is then planted directly at its base. As the rose grows, its pliable stems are carefully woven through the wire cage of the dress form. Over time, the vines are trained to wrap around the figure's waist and bodice, creating the beautiful illusion of a custom-fitted floral gown. The bright pink and white blossoms provide the fabric of the dress, creating a breathtaking display that changes with the seasons. This imaginative use of a recycled object turns a simple garden into a high-fashion runway, proving that with a little patience, you can tailor nature itself into a work of art. 30. Copper molds living wall art. Add a touch of vintage elegance and living texture to your garden fence by upcycling a collection of copper bakeware into a stunning wall art display. This project turns forgotten kitchen molds into unique holders for beautiful air plants. The project begins by sourcing an assortment of vintage copper jelly or bunt molds, celebrated for their intricate shapes and warm, metallic patina. After cleaning, they are ready to be displayed. Arrange the molds in neat rows on a dark-colored fence, which will make the warm copper tones stand out. Each mold can be simply hung from a small hook using its existing ring. Instead of soil, these molds become the perfect perches for air plants, Tillandsia. These unique plants don't require soil and can be simply tucked into the center of each mold, where they will thrive with good air circulation and occasional misting. For a pop of temporary color, a single fresh-cut flower can be placed alongside the air plant. The result is a sophisticated and low-maintenance vertical garden that combines the sculptural beauty of the recycled molds with the organic form of the plants. 31. Bottle blossoms on the gate. Adorn your garden gate with a vibrant, everlasting floral display crafted entirely from repurposed plastic bottles. This creative project transforms discarded plastic into colorful, three-dimensional blossoms that bring a touch of whimsy to your entryway. The process begins with collecting plastic bottles in various colors. The base of each bottle is cut and carefully shaped to form individual petals. These plastic petals can be gently heated and molded for a more organic curve. Multiple layers of petals are then assembled to create full, dimensional flowers. Smaller details, like contrasting centers, can be added with paint or by using bottle caps. Flexible stems and leaves are cut from the remaining parts of green plastic bottles, adding a natural touch to the design. These individual floral elements are then arranged and attached along the vertical slat of a wooden garden gate, creating a blooming vine that climbs from top to bottom. This imaginative use of plastic waste results in a cheerful and durable decoration that will stay vibrant through all seasons, adding a unique and eco-friendly touch to your garden's welcome. 32. Summer memories on a string. Capture the carefree spirit of summer by creating a whimsical garden mobile from a colorful collection of recycled and found objects. This playful project turns forgotten items into a beautiful piece of kinetic art that dances in the breeze. The mobile is suspended from a rustic tree branch. The main features are outgrown or single flip-flops in an array of soft pastel colors. A hole is punched in each one to attach a string. Below each flip-flop dangles a long strand adorned with a curated mix of treasures. Old, mismatched keys add a touch of vintage mystery, while colorful beads and small, handcrafted charms shaped like birds and leaves bring extra personality. Each strand is a unique composition of these found objects. Hung from a tree and wrapped with a subtle string of lights for an evening glow, the entire piece sways gently in the wind. This delightful upcycled mobile is a perfect way to add a personal and artistic touch to your garden, celebrating the beauty found in the simple, everyday objects of summer. 33. Jars aglow at garden dinner. Create a magical and intimate ambience for an outdoor dinner party by transforming recycled glass jars into beautiful and decorative candle holders. This simple yet elegant project adds a personal touch to your table setting and overhead lighting. The transformation begins with collecting various sizes of clean glass jars. Some are left clear to showcase the flickering candlelight, while others are given a soft, pastel wash of paint on the outside. Delicate floral decals or hand-painted designs are added to some jars for a touch of artistry. To create hanging lanterns, sturdy wire or twine is wrapped around the neck of the jars to form a handle. Small tea lights or votive candles are then placed inside each jar. Some jars are placed directly on the table among the tableware, while others are hung from a tree branch overhead, creating a multi-level display of soft, warm light. The combination of clear and decorated jars, both on the table and hanging above, casts a romantic and enchanting glow over the entire dining area, proving how simple recycled items can elevate any occasion. 34. A shower of fresh flowers. Bring a touch of whimsical, storybook charm to your garden by repurposing a vintage umbrella into a unique and eye-catching floral display. This creative project turns a forgotten rain shield into a shelter for a cascade of beautiful blooms. The project begins with an old, decorative umbrella, particularly one with a charming floral pattern and a ruffled edge. To create the planter, a standard wire hanging basket is lined with cocoa coir or moss. This basket is then securely attached to the central shaft of the open umbrella, nestled just underneath the canopy. The umbrella's handle is then pushed firmly into the ground, turning the entire structure into a freestanding feature. The hanging basket is filled with soil and planted with an abundance of trailing flowers, like vibrant pink and purple petunias. These are encouraged to grow and spill over the basket's edge, creating a lush shower of flowers that cascades from beneath the umbrella's shelter. This delightful, upcycled creation becomes an instant focal point, adding a touch of unexpected elegance and playful fantasy to any garden bed. 35. These boots are made for planting. Give a pair of well-worn work boots a beautiful and poignant retirement by transforming them into charming, character-filled planters. This project honors the history of a hard-working object, letting it rest and nurture new life in the garden. The perfect candidates are old leather boots that have seen better days, as their scuffs and creases tell a story. To convert them into planters, the most important step is to drill several drainage holes through the thick soles. This ensures that the plant roots will not become waterlogged. The boots are then filled with a quality potting mix. Cheerful flowers like colorful pansies are then planted inside, their delicate, bright faces creating a wonderful contrast with the rugged, dark leather. The untied laces can be arranged artfully to add to the relaxed, rustic feel. Placed on a mossy stone step, these upcycled boot planters become a deeply personal and touching garden feature. They are a powerful symbol of a journey's end and a beautiful new beginning, where hard work gives way to simple, blooming beauty. 36. Whimsical umbrella flower towers. Create a whimsical forest of blooming umbrellas in your garden with these unique, tall trellis planters made from recycled materials. This imaginative project adds height, color, and a touch of fairy tale magic to any patio or garden space. Each flower tower is an assembly of repurposed parts. The base is a large recycled container like a sturdy plastic bucket, which serves as the main planter. The tall, cylindrical trellis can be fashioned from a roll of wire fencing or an old tomato cage, providing a sturdy support for climbing plants. The whimsical canopy is created using a salvaged umbrella, which is fixed open at the top of the trellis. To create a cohesive and stylish look, the entire structure, base, trellis, and umbrella, is painted in a single, charming pastel color. A climbing plant, such as a morning glory, is planted in the base and carefully trained to weave its way up the trellis. The flowers then bloom all the way to the top, creating a tower of vibrant color. Arranged as a group, these upcycled umbrella trellises form a stunning, magical landscape. And so, our creative journey for today concludes. I hope it has planted a seed of inspiration for your own outdoor space. The main takeaway is this: a garden's true personality isn't found in a store, but is crafted from your history and imagination. The beauty we've explored comes from giving forgotten items a second chapter. So go ahead, look at an old object and ask, what new story could you tell in my garden? A huge thank you for being a part of the Suhar Aesthetic Studio family. Your support makes all of this possible. If you'd like to join us for more creative adventures, please subscribe. Until we meet again, may your hands stay busy and your garden be full of your own unique stories.